Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I would ask you if you enjoyed the game, but I know that you didn't. Unless you don't support United or Chelsea, in which case you might have done. As the title says, what a waste, man. What a waste of... What a waste of a game. 50% possession, barely any shots. The only thing worth talking about was it a penalty? Yeah, it was. Nothing memorable at all happened in the game. No one's reputation went up. No one's reputation went down. Cavani might have got a debut, but fucking did he? Like, he came on, gets his toe onto something, nearly changes the game, and then the next time I see him, he's defending a corner about 20 minutes later. 0-0's the worst game to analyse. Nothing happened. What an absolute waste. Chelsea should have had a pen, says Jamie. I'd agree. Terry Cole says, Tellers clearly shows why he would have been perfect for this, especially when Cavani came on. That I am with. And yet again, Van der Beek hasn't started. Does anyone know what the issue is here? I think the issue is he's back up to Bruno and Pogba, and Bruno was playing and Pogba was on the bench. So the backup to them two guys doesn't come on until those two guys are either coming off or they're injured. Do you think Van der Beek changed that game? I'm not sure he does, to be honest. I think Tellers is a different shout altogether. I think Greenwood is a different shout altogether. I think Cavani's potentially even a different shout altogether. Harry says, did I agree with the team selection and what would I change? No, I didn't necessarily agree with the team selection. And I didn't agree with it against Newcastle, but I would have been wrong against Newcastle because it went on to produce a good performance and a fantastic result. What I didn't like, and I've mentioned this in the fan cam, so I won't spend too long on this. It was, hello from Moldova, hello. It was Dan James offers you one thing and Juan Mata offers you almost the total opposite thing when going forward. And I don't understand why you play both of those players at the same time, because there's not a clear intent of how this team's going to line up and how this team's going to play, in my opinion. If things don't pick up, what? Oh, shut up. Not fun talking about the defence today, but solid game from the centre-halves. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. It's a pretty formidable forward line from Chelsea, and we did nullify them quite well. So who's to blame for this one? Sometimes there's no blame on anyone, is there? Sometimes you go, all right, yeah, personally I don't think the 11 was great. The subs were good. Interesting that we have that sort of capability and strike force to be able to bring on. Struggling for form at home. Bit different, innit? From struggling for form away from home. Why do we not play a full 11 first choice, not 4 second choice? Well, you got to remember, people are still need to start Palestri. I mean, I'm still not sold on him in the slightest, to be honest with you. Sometimes your players aren't quite ready. I mean, and how many people are we thinking are first choice that didn't play there? Defensive midfield was good, but up front was awful. I think you needed more firepower. I think Marcus needed to do better with the opportunities that he got, but he certainly didn't get anywhere near enough. I didn't think Matt was effective in the slightest, and I didn't think James was effective in the slightest. Our tempo at home is too slow, says Chris. That's fair, I would say. Do I agree with Neville that that's Ollie's preferred midfield? I didn't see Neville make that quote, but I say there's something in that at least, yeah. Fred and McTominay clearly offer something that he likes, and that's an industry, I think. I think that's an industry. I think that's a positioning thing, and I don't think you get that from Paul Pogba. And I think that's one of the issues why we're not having it. David said we should play 4-3-3. Sorry, 4-3-5-2. See, this is quite easy to do revisionist. I think Lampard set up expecting to match us with a back three, and I don't think that was the crack, unfortunately. So tough today, and like I said, a boring game. Nothing you can really drag anyone out for. A bit wishy-washy up front, solid at the back. No real mistakes from anybody. Just a shit game of football. And I wouldn't take it at home either. wouldn't take it at home. At home, you have to win. And that's the disappointment. You got to win all your home games, and then you try and not lose your away games. And that puts you in good stead. Decent defending. It was decent, but it wasn't spectacular, was it? Because what did they offer? Chelsea didn't do it. Like us, Chelsea didn't really offer a lot. Chelsea were there for the taking, says Oscar. I totally agree. Chelsea definitely were there for the taking. I feel bad for Van der Beek. His time will come, because I think there's time to use a squad, and I would go with that. Ross says, best moment was Evra and Hasselbank. I haven't seen it. Do you want to sum it up for us? I'll read that out. I didn't see what happened with Evra. I see there's a lot of quotes coming out from Evra, though. So, obviously, he's having it. Was it a penalty? I think it was a penalty. I missed the first 60 minutes. Best thing I've done all day. You're not wrong. Two managers that didn't want to lose, both sides offer nothing going forward. I said similar in my fan cam. Too much sideways football. Want to see attacking football. Too defensive. Right, I'm going to head over to the Patreon group. There's some new videos coming out on the Patreon group and in the Patreon channel as well. If you are interested in getting in the mixer with those and help support the channel, the link for those is in the description below. Notch says 3 in a row. Different style of teams with Pogba on the bench, but also no Van der Beek. We know how good Pogba can be. Could Ollie be thinking that he no longer suits his plans? I think I said this on a watch-along. You've got the people who don't like Ollie have already made their mind up about Ollie, and they've gone, if he plays Pogba, or the fact he doesn't play Pogba is because he hates him and blah, 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 and they're not happy about it. And if he does play him, then he's risking him back from injury too fast. It's like he can't win. Do I think Dana White will be looking at Maguire after an effective choke on Azpilicueta? Shut up. Ollie out. No. Jack, at what point does Pogba and Van der Beek come into the team? 'Cause it's early days. It's early days. It's early days. Win against Paris and draw with Chelsea. How happy am I feeling? I probably would have been happier the other way around, weirdly. It was a good performance against Paris. It was just it wasn't the smash and grab that we had last time we played Paris. It was a solid, good performance. But that was a little flat, unfortunately. Just flat. Would we have won if we didn't start Dan James or Mata? The last 20 minutes were much more in our favour. I think we could have done better with it, yeah. Can I name a single above average quality that Luke Shaw possesses compared to other Prem fullbacks? No, I can't. What is the change you see in Pogba's role? Even today when he came on, he seemed to be playing a more advanced role with Bruno dropping a bit deeper. Is Ollie trying to play him higher up like he did when he first came? I'm not sure I saw that, to be honest. I thought they played in a diamond when he came on. I will have a look at it again and see what the script is. But yeah, I thought it was more of a diamond when he came on. That's my thoughts. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Probably started with Dan James using behind the line and counter. That didn't happen really, but he was poor. But here's the thing. If you're thinking, let's play counter-attack, we'll play a team that's capable of hitting them on the counter-attack then. We didn't necessarily do that. Why would you play Mata in a team that you're planning on counter-attacking? That doesn't make any sense to me. Ollie seems to be not starting his strongest players for any reason. Well, like who? Ollie got outdone by Frank. How the fuck did you work that out? Mason should have started. Yeah, do you know what? I think Mason would have been a better option from the start. Oh no, I wasn't mad. There's lineups that I've seen from Solskjaer and I go, I don't really get what he's doing here. Let me have a look at this. And more often than not, it works out all right. But yeah, I'm not digging it. So, right, I'm going to wrap it up there. We will be doing 5 things. Believe it or not, we've got 5 things to actually look at. But yeah, I'll be doing 5 things. Make sure to check out that tomorrow at some point. Cheers for tuning in. Like I said, make sure to go and check out the Patreon. it's going to be treated like its own channel, so they're going to be getting 3, 4, 5 videos a week once we get fully operational with what we're trying to do. So check the link out in the description for that. If you want to come and support the channel, there's all sorts going on, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Laters.